Yeah, you would rather be on vacation in Tokyo.
We have a friend named Hitomi. She's my friend. Oh, at the David Byrne concert, it was her and her husband that came up to us and knew me.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, Hitomi is Japanese. She has some condition, but she flies back to Japan twice a year to be treated because she can be treated for free. I guess it's cheaper than, the flight and getting over there, and probably for seeing family and stuff too, but it's better for her to do that than to get medical care here.
There's your in. Oh, I'm going to go with Hitomi for some support.
She doesn't need support.
Yes, she does. She needs.
Oh, and I've gotten really close to Hitomi. I'd have to, oh man, now I'm going to have to get
She needs some emotional support.
I want to go.
So you need to get used to big cities, though, so you have to come to New York more. Spend some more time here.
Watashi wa. I don't need to get used to big cities.
You're practicing.
I'm not like a shy country mouse. Oh, dude, wow, these streets sure do go lots of different directions.
Well, in Tokyo, they do. There's no grid.
Well, golly gee, I don't know how to navigate that. Which way does that street go? Gosh darn it.
You know, that's the term jaywalker was an insult because they were trying to keep people from jaywalking in New York or crossing the street because the streets were owned by people. There was 4 people for a very long time, and then cars came about, and then cars got ownership of the streets, and people needed to get on the sidewalks, and then you weren't supposed to cross against lights, and jaywalker was to imply that you were an idiot, a yokel from some rural land who doesn't know the rules to the city.
Where does the J come from?
The word J means an inexperienced person. Though I think there's some urban legend that says the J comes from the letter J, which is the route the person would walk across the street. Like they couldn't walk a straight line, but that's stupid. There's no evidence for it.
This place sure is different than my sheep farm.
I'm just going across the street now. Beep, beep. But then it became a badge of pride, and people said, fuck you and your insults. We're still owning these streets.
Yeah.
It is one of the few cities where people are expected to jaywalk if you travel to other cities. Like I was in Germany, in Munich, and you cross the street against the light, you get the dirtiest looks.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do it in other countries.
No. We're going to follow the rules. Here.
Like a bunch of lemmings.
You want to be the first one to cross against the light. So everyone else waiting knows that you know more than them when it's best to cross.
Welcome to One Topic, where we stick to one topic. My name is Autumn Fisher.
My name is Greg Russ. Go for it, Autumn.
It is my week this week. And I had an experience yesterday that is I think an experience that a lot of us have gone through. It's something that I had forgotten would be so traumatizing or else I wouldn't have gone, obviously. I would have gone somewhere normal. But instead, I chose to take the kids to a Walmart.
Why? Why would you do such a thing? And just to support your story, I was getting text messages from Autumn, profanity-laced text messages about this trip to Walmart. So
because the last straw was me standing in line for 20 minutes in a line with 2 people ahead of me. Anyway, we'll get to that. But the only thing that was stolen out of so my car was stolen. If you don't know that story, go download Autumn's Car Was Stolen.
And the rest of them.
Nope, just that one.
I mean, there's a whole show on theft. So that ties directly into Autumn's car was stolen.
So when my car was stolen, it was abandoned and we got it back. And the only thing that was really stolen out of the car were all of the kids' DVDs. So Cinderella and this really great movie called Ernest and Celestine, which is this really, you should go check it out. It's in French. They don't watch it in French. There's a English overdub with what's that big guy who was in
Well, you sold me. I'm gonna go get it.
I know. Shoot. Anyway, it's really good. Go check it. Ernest and Celestine. It's really great. It's really relaxed. It's really beautiful. It's great.
That hot resale value of those used DVDs on the street.
I think that they got them for, I don't know, like a niece or something. I mean, like they picked it, like
re-gifted them.
Yes.
Hey, got these from a car we stole. Happy birthday, niece.
Yeah, maybe. So, because they could have stolen, they didn't steal the car seats in the back, which minimum could be sold on Facebook Marketplace for $20 each. That's
Yeah.
2, 4, 6, $80.
That's a lot of work and to lug those things around.
Hey, they stole the car.
And then they abandoned the car. They decided they didn't want the car.
They were idiots. Anyway, so we're leaving on Tuesday to go to drive to Wisconsin, which is like a 13-hour drive. And so it's more like a 14-hour drive when you got kids and you got to stop and do lots of things. So we need movies for the car. So I thought, well, let's go and see what's at Walmart, because a lot of times they have those cheap bins, which as a concept, I should have known better. I can go to a store where there's just like a bin of junk you can sort through, and you can pay $5 for whatever junk you find.
It's like panning for gold in Dahlonega.
It really is.
Maybe there's something there.
Yeah, you're like, okay, cop and a half. No, I don't want that. Baby's Day Out. No. Throw it back in the river.
You have any of the Beethoven movies in there?
Shrek 1. I'll put this aside. A little bit of gold here, maybe.
What's the Beethoven movie where they're babies? Beethoven Second?
Don't ask me that.
Air Bud?
Oh, yeah.
There are a lot of Air Bud movies.
There's nothing in the rules about a dog can't play this position of this basketball team. Show me in the rules. Show me where it says a dog can't play.
Well, it's cheap to cast a dog. You just throw out some sausages and some greenies.
Think about how not cheap it probably was to cast a dog.
Well, there's no salary involved.
Handlers.
Yeah, but these handlers with their dogs,
PETA's on set.
That's their point of pride, is my dog is so well trained. You got to train it the best. If it's not the best, that dog's never going to get work again.
Yeah.
PETA is on set, you're right. And the dog probably can only work 4 hours a day.
Yeah. And then within those 4 hours, he had a bad sausage and he's got diarrhea.
And that could lead to a great scene like the one in Indiana Jones where he's supposed to sword fight the guy, but he just shoots him. That's because Indy that day, Harrison Ford, had diarrhea and couldn't do the whole sword fight, so he just shot the guy. So in Air Bud, and when he's arguing with that ref because he doesn't like the way the call went against him, he has diarrhea in real life, so he just shoots the ref. One of the funniest scenes. It's one of the best scenes in the film.
Look out, that dog's got a gun.
He has no opposable thumb. Can't really hold the gun.
He can't shoot that. Well, I guess he did it.
And then he barks.
Man. Oh, Air Bud. He shuffle his ears around. You rascal.
And he barks some quip that's subtitled at the bottom. So anyway, I threw you off.
He was a racist.
You're
or maybe Air Bud barks some racist thing at the ref. Calls him like a slope or something dated.
So you're digging through the bin of DVDs, trying to replace the ones that were stolen.
Okay, so that was my vision.
This is why you go to Walmart. What's the difference in price of the DVDs at Walmart and other places?
I don't know. I just knew that there was a bin of DVDs that would probably be pretty cheap. I assumed they'd be like $2.50, but they were actually $5. And yeah, so that was my vision. I'll take the kids in there. I'll let them pick out 2 DVDs each, and we'll get the hell out of there.
Did you buy anything else?
Well, so that's later. Okay, but first of all, that was my vision of what was going to happen. That was my scenario.
It was a fun trip. The kids are with you. They're going to be excited because they get to...
They're very excited to go. Like, come on, let's put on our shoes. We're going to Walmart. We're going to pick out DVDs. And she's like, Ellie's like, can we buy a toy too? I'm like, no.
You need to set this up, though, in their minds that there are only certain times you go to... I'm going to tell you how to parent on them. Let me tell you, the guy who has no kids...
Let me write this down.
You need to instill in them now that Walmart is not a good place. Sometimes you have to go to the Walmart. But for the most part, try to avoid the Walmart. Walmart kills communities. Everyone knows this. I know the prices are cheaper, And people say it's not Walmart's fault. People don't have to shop there. And that is very, very true. But people are lured to the bargain prices.
Yeah.
Even though it's better to go to a place and pay a little bit more money that's an independently owned business, because what you're funding at that point is that person's family. Their kids want to take some piano lessons or something. Like here, you go to Walmart, they're just putting more money in the Waltons' pockets. They're deep, gross, lint-filled pockets. They pay people to take the lint out, but they only pay them $3 an hour because it's cheap Chinese labor. And they say, we don't touch our own lint. Someone else will do it.
I don't disagree with you on principle, but I'm going to Aldi, and I'm not, paying for a ma and pa Aldi, like Barbara Aldi and, Jeffrey Aldi.
I understand. I go to Mr. Mango. That's independently.
That's different. You have access to privately run grocery stores.
It's also a bit different. Grocery stores outside of New York, I don't think there are that many independently owned. Usually there are chains. And I understand Walmart has displaced many of these stores, and it's easy to go there. I do get that. I just think, it's like I wanted to tell Ellie the other day, you see the Starbucks there? That means your neighborhood's dead. Don't go there.
I think it only means in certain places that the neighborhood's dead.
Yeah, if it's a new construction.
You know what really means your neighborhood is dead? A check cashing place. You know what I mean?
Yeah, those predators. They're awful too. Hey, we'll give you an advance loan on your $60 paycheck, and when it's all said and done, you're actually going to owe us $80.
Yeah, or like a title, whatever. Give us your title, and I'll give you $20. And then you can have your title back. Just give us $40.
I think what we're establishing here is the suburbs are just a wasteland.
Suburbs is a different animal.
Of deadness.
A suburb is a different animal than a city. So I'm in a suburb. Okay, so the first thing that happens when I go to this Walmart is the parking lot is in chaos. There are so many cars. No one's parking. Everyone's just sort of waiting for someone else to move. And then there are also people walking down the middle of those lanes, not moving out of the way, even though there's cars behind them slowly going behind them. You can't go around them left or right because they're fucking sauntering down the middle of the lane.
Walmart draws out the lowest of the low. It does. The fact that people are cruising around the Walmart parking lot looking for a space that's close. I get that these are giant parking lots.
Yeah.
I mean, but what's the most you're going to walk? 2 minutes if you're in the very back? 2 minutes to get to the front?
Yeah,
that's
if
it.
that.
And then the people going into the Walmart, car behind me, doesn't apply to me. Well, if it were reversed and they were the person in the car, they'd be getting pissed that there's a person sauntering. But once they're out there, tables are turned. That rule doesn't apply to me anymore. I'm just going to walk down the middle of this parking lot aisle.
Yeah, the lane. I was very upset. And then, okay, you find a place to park, but what's at the end of your parking space? A cart.
How far out did you park?
Well, I snuck around to the other business that was like in the, there's like a little road, not a road, but like one of the parking lot sort of main roads. Not like a lane of a park where there's spaces on either side, but just like a lane of driving where you can go to different parts of the strip mall. And I parked near like what was it? One of those like chicken wings and Chinese food.
Man, they were probably excited. They probably thought you were coming into the shop. And then
it was around the side of it. I wasn't facing the business.
Okay.
So they couldn't really see I was there because I could not get a space. I couldn't navigate through the parking lot where I should have parked for Walmart. Anyway, so I was like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Disarray is what you're setting up here.
Yes,
the whole
disarray.
Thing, immediately from the get-go. Yes, the cart at the end or in your parking spot because someone's not going to return it, not going to take it to the corral.
You know where the corral was? 2 spaces.
I was going to say 2 spaces away.
2 spaces away. You can't move your fucking bullshit little cart.
Someone else will do that. Someone who gets paid.
I just can't do it. I just can't. I have to leave it right here.
Someone who doesn't get paid well because Walmart doesn't like to pay their employees, and you can argue all you want.
Yes.
People don't have to take the jobs. They don't have to take in communities where there aren't that many jobs, and this is what's being offered to you. Walmart. Sorry, I'm going off on these tangents. I know you just want to get us into the store. I know you just want to get into the store. However they want to run their business is, well, their business. The Walton family. They want to. They're the biggest private employer in the United States. They employ 1.5 million people, and they sit on this as though they're doing good. They're providing jobs, yes, and
yeah, they tell themselves like, I'm putting food on all those people's table.
And then they say though that they can't afford to pay the employees the $15 that everyone's pushing for, which is not even really a living wage. $15 an hour is not that much, and the Walton family's worth is $136 billion.
Mm-hmm.
And again, they can run their business however they want. The reason I get angry is I like to think if I were in a situation that they were in, where I ran this giant business with all these people, I'd actually try to take care of them. I'd say
those people that work at that Walmart do not deserve $15 an hour.
Well, this is part of the problem. Then you're drawing in people who go in. There's always going to be people who take any job and they're awful employees. Mm-hmm. But you're not going to draw in people who are going to work hard, because it's much easier to justify, well, I'm just going to half-ass it. And that's an indictment against the employees too. Like I don't care what job you do take. If you're being paid to do the job, you do it as well as you can. And if you don't want to do that job for that money, then you don't do it. I do agree with that. But there are things where Walmart's such a big company and people do need jobs, and you go there and we aren't going to pay. It's not a black and white issue. There are certainly, gray zones in this whole thing. But I just like to think if I were really rich and ran a business, I'd try to take care of my employees. And if they were bad, I'd get rid of them.
I'd fire half of them, just based on I'm probably going to get rid of most of the bad ones and just start over.
That's what you have to do sometimes.
Yeah, I'd put the sieve underneath the Walmart where I was and just let every single person I saw there fall through into like a wood chipper.
People don't just deserve a higher wage. I think
no.
It's nice if it's there and then the people work to earn that wage.
Fuck these people.
Wood chipper people.
Yeah.
They
can all jump off a cliff. So
into the wood chipper.
Into the wood. Whoops.
Which then throws their chipped up bodies into a fire.
Sure.
Which then the ashes blow into an acid bath.
Yeah. And then
it's a nice progression.
And then the family drinks the acid.
And then poops them out.
Yeah.
And that goes into the sewers, and an alligator drinks it. So there.
Alligator drinks it.
That's what these people deserve.
So I get in the store, and it's just mayhem. There's so many people, zombies walking around, looking at horrible clothing that don't have real pockets. Just
hold on. What? They're faux pockets.
They're like leggings. Lots of pants where there's a pocket. It looks like a sewn. Like the line is there that there's a pocket, but there's no pocket there.
Well, that keeps
and
costs
lots
down.
Of shirts that have like cutouts on the arms, that says like, coffee time on their shirts, but then the shoulders, like there's all these arm cutouts. So that's just what I look at when I'm searching for the electronics department. So we weave our way around to the electronics department, and on every corner, like you're in a city where there's like a bum with a sign asking for, like, they're homeless and they want some money. Every corner at this Walmart had people asking you, like, cell phone? What's your cell? How much are you paying for your cell phone? Like, Verizon, cable company, whatever. So I just like kept my head down and pretend.
Is this Walmart trying to push their own cell phone plans?
I didn't want to investigate. I wanted to be left alone. I was already overwhelmed with the lights, and anytime I'm inside a Walmart, like when I go deep into the Walmart, I always think, I think about, I wonder what the weather's like outside right now, because I would have no idea.
You lose all sense. You have no idea, like all your faculties fail you.
The world could be hit by a nuclear whatever, or I have no clue. It's just the same. Dirty.
Yeah, it's like a casino, except none of the amenities you get in a casino that keeps you trapped in there gambling. Once you're in the Walmart.
Yeah, that's fun.
Once you're in the Walmart, they don't want you to know that the outside world even exists.
And think about it. Have you ever been to a Walmart and gotten everything you need?
I have not been.
It's like those things exist inside the Walmart, but you can't find them.
Well, it's a search. At that point, it's a scavenger hunt.
Okay, I'm in the chips aisle and I can't find the chips. You know what I mean?
No,
Listen, so
I don't know what you mean.
okay, so one of the things listen, let me get there. So we find the electronics. It's right next to a little high top table where two people are talking to people as they pass by, like, excuse me, what cell phone carrier are you using? You know? And so I'm just like focused in on this garbage bin of DVDs, searching for, I don't know, God forbid, Cinderella. But of course, it's things like
An American Tail.
No, that's good. I'll take that.
That is a good one.
Yeah. I'd say, you're picking up stuff like, Home Alone 3. Garbage. You're panning for gold in this DVD bin. We're finding the kids are really, they get a Shimmer and Shine DVD that I'm very disappointed with. And then C-list celebrity DVDs like, Penguins of Madagascar and Ice Age and stuff like that. So I was like, all right, we'll go with this. So we get that stuff. I'm thirsty and we don't have any soda water at the house. So I'm at a Walmart. I'll stop and I'll find some soda water. So
talking about seltzer.
Some seltzer, yeah. So we're looking around anytime. I'm always making eye contact with someone coming right at me, and neither of us can scoot out of the way of each other because there are these huge displays of Entenmann's something or like huge things of all the Toll House products. There's the Townhouse crackers, and then the rounds, and then the fudge whatevers, and then it's just in the middle, or like another one full of glue.
Buy me. This is consumerism at its best, Autumn. You're seeing the great consumerism plan in action at Walmart.
To the left, on you can't get around anywhere. And so I say, well, all right, I'm coming right at this. We're playing chicken at this point. I can't scoot around them. So I'll just turn right into this aisle, and then I almost run into somebody because the aisles are so goddamn tight. And then there's poles in the middle of every aisle, like support beams with a phone and a trash can. It just makes me feel so cramped and uncomfortable.
For such a giant store.
Yes.
To have very minimal space to maneuver in. And are you using one of these bigger carts? Are both your kids in the cart?
I'm using just a regular cart.
All right. Sometimes
Pete is in the top thing. And Ellie is hanging off the side, which does not make things easier. And she's like leaning back and sometimes tipping it a little. So I get her to stop that, But then not only am I trying to maneuver and get around everything and everyone, even when she's not hanging on the side, she is still beside me, and I can't steer her and the cart and avoid people.
And then she sees those displays, I'm sure, and once the thing's on the displays. This is one of the differences between Target and Walmart, by the way. There is no care.
When I think about a Target, I feel like I'm in a comfortable, downy bed.
They care more about the shopping experience than Walmart does. Walmart's all about buy as much as you can, buy me, buy me, buy me, buy me. And there are arguments against both. Surely Targets come in and they're big box stores and they put small businesses out of business. Sure. The same thing happens.
But it's a delight to be in a Target.
The lighting in Target is different. The studies have been done. The lighting is different.
Do you know how it's different?
I don't know if it's as harsh anymore with the fluorescent. You can get into daylight bulbs now. The LEDs are pretty big. And it's probably, a lot of these Target stores are being redesigned, so some of the older ones maybe have the old elements. But Target cares more about the shopping experience. Their prices are a little bit higher, too, because the supply chain, yes, while they're still probably getting cheap products from China and doing things that are unsavory, they care a little bit more than Walmart just getting the best bargain out there and getting you to buy as much as you can so it still adds up at the end of the day. Target also is targeting younger people. Walmart doesn't care about that. Target wants to go for a younger, meaning under 50, I'm assuming. And Target just get everyone in. Bring us your masses, the lowest of the low.
God, it's
and
just
let's just take
horrible.
every last cent that they make.
Yeah.
While
And
they,
then-
while they think they're saving money. But what you didn't realize is you just bought a million things.
I did not because
you're smart.
all I just had to get out of there. So I'm looking for I find, an aisle full of soda, and I find no other kind, like there's no bubbly water, there's no seltzer.
Yeah, but there's no sugar in it. Why would we sell a product here that doesn't have sugar?
Yeah, we
This is
have
Walmart.
17 flavors of Fanta up there, but
Which
yeah,
is insane, by the way. The Fanta has really expanded.
yeah, people really like
Pineapple?
Fanta.
Give us the pineapple Fanta? Anyway.
So I see someone wearing the vest, and I ask for help. I say, "Excuse me," and he looks at me, not, I would say, like, absent of expression. He just turns toward me. Not like, "Oh, hi, what can I do for you?" I don't need him to tap dance like, "Hey, how's your shopping experience?" Blah. Just, yes. I mean, just a yes. Yeah, yes. Nothing. I say, "I'm sorry, I'm looking for soda water or seltzer." And I'm in aisle 24. He tells me to go to aisle 2, but he says, "Islay." Islay 2? Islay 2. He was not a foreign person. He was an American kid working at Walmart and said Islay 2. Like aisle. AISLE or whatever. Is that how you spell aisle?
Yes, AISLE.
Islay.
I don't know what to make of this.
He read the sign and said Islay 2.
Yeah, this is what I don't. That's just indicative of a bigger problem. School systems, and there's failings going on, or there's not enough failings within the school system. Let's push them through. They can't read.
Islay 2. He was not like, "Yes, can I help you?" "Ah, yes, Islay 2. No.
Yeah, it's like, oh, well, you're working hard and you're trying to speak English. And
I read the sign. I don't know what that word is above the 2, but it looks like it says Islay. I guess I won't assume that that's how you spell aisle. I won't put those two together. That's not a fundamental issue in school. That's a fundamental issue in your brain. That you haven't spent enough time on this earth or spent enough time physically in the world instead of on your phone or worrying about some sort of social
that could
media
be part
bullshit.
of it, but it's
As a kid, I think it's because he was young.
How old?
I don't know, like
If he doesn't know how to read at this point, or doesn't
17.
know, okay, I'll give you that. We don't need to argue this. That kids are surely in their phones way too much, but there's something going on with the school system. Come on, you're taught these things. You're supposed to be taught to read, and I think they're just being pushed through these days.
No, listen, I don't think it's a problem with reading. I think it's a cognitive gap between being able to put something that you've never seen before and something that you do know the word for and understand that those two things might be the same, and that's how you spell aisle.
Sure, you should be able to deduce that. You're like,
Yes.
all right, I can figure this out. But
That's what I'm thinking.
You should
'Cause
also
listen,
not.
I didn't know. I read Hermione in Harry Potter as Hermione until I saw the movies.
That's a name.
Hermione?
Yeah.
No, it's Hermione.
No, I'm just saying that's a name.
But still, I'm just saying.
You can. That's different. You shouldn't get past first grade if you can't see aisle and know it's aisle.
No, that's not true. Because I think I'm not good at spelling, so I understand. I maybe would not understand how to spell aisle unless I already just knew it.
No,
Aisle is a
that's
weird
nuts.
one. I understand that it's weird, but he should have been able to figure out. He works there. He sees it all.
All right,
Anyway, you understand what I'm saying.
We're just agreeing that there's many problems at play here.
So inside of me feels like a rope that's just getting twisted tighter and tighter and tighter the longer I'm in this store. So I go to Islay 2.
Which is what, 24 aisles away, isolates away. 24
23 aisles from there.
20 isolates.
2 aisles, whatever. I swim over there,
Where are you in 26?
No, I was in 24.
Oh, you were in 24. Yeah, so now
I make my way that way. There's no water. It's just a whole aisle of bottled water, which also pisses me off because I don't understand why everyone's drinking bottled water when you can just use, your tap, which is the best water in the world.
Well,
And I
because That fluoride, that's mind control, the government.
So yeah, if that's what you're against, then get you a Brita filter and stop wasting and throwing all of your stupid plastic in the water. So anyway, like I said, I'm already on edge. And so I see all these water bottles and I don't see any seltzer. And I get even more mad. I'm like, stupid water bottles.
So did you ever find, there's no seltzer in the store, I'm guessing?
Nope.
Zero. Because
what am I going to keep looking? First of all, you're going to put your sodas, your drinks, 16 aisles away from your just bottled water. You're not going to put like liquids together.
And that design is a science too, that obviously the people at Walmart are not playing into. Like, you're supposed to think about these things. It's not rocket science, but there is a science to laying out stores.
Yeah.
And putting like products close to one another.
Dried soups near the, cans of tuna. That makes sense together, I guess.
Well, the canned soups are 15 islas away.
Yes, Isleys.
Islas.
So I'm very upset. But you know what I do find in the little freezer thing behind me with all this water is a pack of face wipes in the freezer. Just like garbage, just garbage and lots of what else did I see?
Was that garbage, or was that someone who had an item that they decided they didn't want? And again,
yes, that
rules aren't applying to me.
I forgot to tell you that in the DVD bin there was a little bag of frozen French fries.
It doesn't surprise me. It bums me out that this is the way humanity operates.
Yeah.
And it does. Walmart is a projector for this. It's that you want to see the worst of the worst, you go into the Walmart. And I have these frozen French fries. I want these. Oh, well, now I don't want them, and I'm near the DVD bin, so I'll just put
toss
them in.
Maybe they saw the DVDs in the bin and they thought that it was garbage. They were like, I'll just throw this in the garbage. What is it? In this bin full of DVDs? I assume that this bin full of Airbuds is garbage.
And there's still something at the bottom. You never know. You really got to dig.
You're right. So I'm like, I got to get a car out of here. So I look at the checkout lines.
So you didn't buy clothes, though?
No.
You know that Walmart, this is a thing. They'll take used underwear that people return. They wear them, but then they decide they don't want them, they return them. And then they retag them and present them as new. They will hang them back up or put them back on the shelf.
Gross.
There was an investigation that exposed this. I think of all places, Cosmopolitan, which, yeah, sure, it's not the most credible source. Sure. I don't think they did the investigation. They reported on it. But this is something Walmart does. Walmart also with their cheese, 100% real cheese. And then you find out there's too much cellulose in it, and it's not actually, because cheese
it won't melt or something, right?
Legally, cheese is defined. We talked about it before with ice cream. If it's not meeting the standards set forth by the FDA, it's not ice cream. It's frozen dairy dessert.
Right, and like American cheese is dairy.
American cheese is like the Pringles of cheese. It's like you take cheese whey or curds or whatever, and then they're processed.
Cheese.
Yeah, then they're molded. And
Quote.
It's the same thing. The Pringles of cheese is the way I like to think of American cheese.
I feel bad though because I really like Pringles.
I like Pringles.
I hate American cheese.
It's fine. You can like Pringles. Also, most American cheese, especially Kraft singles, is disgusting because it's so rubbery. It's
like plastic wax.
I can eat the boar's head American cheese on burgers and stuff, and they make good grilled cheese. I won't. It's not my first choice, but I can
Throw
go.
some cheddar. Give me cheddar.
Munster is a great melting cheese. What a melting cheese! Wow, the way that thing just melts. Seen nothing like it in your life.
It's the best.
I love it. But
we have some Munster cheese downstairs. I'm gonna go melt it.
It's great to eat plain. Munster is one of the best cheeses, I would say. It's soft.
I put it on a sandwich today. It's salty.
Cheddar's good though too. I won't take that away from you. I just said no because I wanted to.
No.
I wanted to push Munster.
No.
Get out of here with your cheddar. Your
Munster
disgusting
meatloaf. Munster meatloaf. You put the secret ingredient is Munster cheese. You put it in little bitty bits in your meatloaf mix, and then
Well, your family has dinner for tonight.
Munster meatloaf.
I think you're set.
I would do anything for love.
You know what else Walmart likes to do?
What?
They use prison labor. They use women who go there's farms that are set up, and they use women who are incarcerated to go pick the vegetables and the fruits and the produce from the farm. And then Walmart, though, can't really come out and say that they're buying directly from prisons or products from prison labor. So it's got names like that. I don't know. Something Farms.
Oh.
And you look at this like, oh, that's a nice company. And it says made in the USA on it. And you think, oh, I'm supporting the USA. I'm supporting workers here at home by buying this.
So it is kind of true.
But no, because you're not paying the laborers because they're incarcerated.
Right, but I mean, it's made in the USA.
But this is the deceptive practices that go on within Walmart. And there are gripes against Walmart that it's hard for me to overlook all of this and say some of them are unfounded, but I'm sure some things are unfounded. Like even me talking about earlier, the wage they want to pay their workers. It is their right to do what they want.
Sure.
I just don't agree with it. I think it's crap because there's so much money. You know, Walmart owns how many different companies? They actually own, everyone knows Sam's Club. Because that's,
Sam's. Yeah.
Yeah, there's ASDA, which is a grocery chain in the UK, the second biggest grocery chain. There's another grocery chain in Brazil called Bompreron or something.
Okay.
Jet.com.
Really?
They bought Jet.com.
Okay.
They own ShoeBuy. They own Shoes.com. They own Art.com.
Oh.
Voodoo, which is just like a content delivery service. They host videos and stuff. I don't know what the hell Moose Jaw is. Moose Jaw is an outdoor company.
Moose Jaw is great.
You know, well, it's owned by Walmart.
Shit.
ModCloth. Remember people? Oh, I'm getting my clothes from ModCloth. This is straight from the UK, and it's like the 60s. No, it's
Shit.
Well, these things started as their own.
Ruining my life.
They started as their own companies.
Yeah, and then
they're bought
over.
because Walmart needs to compete with Amazon. That's all they care about at this point. And Amazon's disgusting in their own right. We don't need to get into it, but Amazon, you know, owns Whole Foods. Everyone knows that one because Zappos, though, Audible, Ring, those doorbells, Ring.
Yeah.
It's an Amazon thing. Twitch, they own. So,
they own Twitch? Amazon does?
Yeah. So Walmart, well, we got to be the biggest and the best and make the most money. And this is all that matters to us. We don't care what we do to communities. And you know, we put it out there that we're helping people by giving the low costs. You're not. And you really need to be mindful. And it is a shame when there's brands and products you think, well, that's cool. I like this. And you find out it's owned by the Walton family.
I feel they're trying to compete with so many other things. Why wouldn't they make the shopping experience?
Because they don't need to. There's still so much money coming in. And with the tax breaks that were implemented 2 years ago, Walmart, I don't want to say saved, but they came into, because of the tax breaks, an additional $20 billion. And you know, again, they can do whatever they want with that money. But instead of putting it into stores, fixing up stores, changing the culture, paying their employees more, they just gave it to the shareholders, the investors. Like, here you go. Because it'll keep you happy and you'll keep buying shares of our company because that's what's most important.
It really feels like the end of days inside Walmarts. You know, the people are falling apart.
It's like,
you know, lots of egg people. You know those people who are like egg people?
I don't know what do you mean by egg people?
Their bodies are like an egg.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Like
and their
Dr.
hair
Robotnik
stringy.
From Sonic. He was an egg person.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't take care of themselves. There's just a lack of concern for well-being, self-well-being, self-care. And, you know, if all of the series of The Walking Dead was set in Walmart, it would be no different. Like, all right, that makes sense. It is an episode. It's just chaos.
I feel like The Walking Dead.
It's a dystopian future. Chaos where society has collapsed.
I mean, you try and be polite. You try and interact with people because you're so smushed together. You can't hardly get anywhere. It's just every single step in the process of me going through this Walmart was hectic, disappointing, aggravating, annoying, visually unpleasant.
There's absolutely zero reason to go there except for the fact you're trying to save a few cents.
A few cents? sense. What are our lives made of but moments? Is our life made of saving money, like saving $1 on something?
These are good questions to ask, I think. So why'd you go to Walmart? Are you going to go to Walmart again in the future?
No, I will never, ever go to that Walmart ever again. The next time I'm there, I'm bringing gasoline and a match.
That's a joke, everyone.
Oh, God. So, yeah.
So now you're at the checkout. I'm
at the checkout. The lines. You think, okay, you're at this one part of the store. Everyone is being funneled through the store, and so they, I always feel like the first checkouts that you encounter are usually the busiest because people are just lemmings. They're like, there's the checkout, and they just get in whatever one is closest. So I go to the end, but I'm walking through every single checkout, which there aren't enough, obviously, is just full of people buying. I don't know what, an uncle. I don't know what those call. We call them uncles. Those like pillow things with the arms, and you sit them on the floor and you lean up against them.
Yeah. I don't know what they're called, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. People are, have those in their hands. Like, I got to get this uncle. It's only $15. And then, so yeah, I just was like, oh, there's no winning. I just have to go into I have to pick a lane. So I go into the lane, and I can't express to you how slowly this woman was scanning things. Just like she had just nothing better to do. Like she didn't have 6, or 8 people in the line in her lane. Just slowly, just like looking at something, scanning it, beep, and then picking up the next thing, scanning it, beep. And then something happened with the person's card, and she has to walk around and help her with the machine. And she saunters as slow, just like,
she gets paid the same no matter.
She sure does. So the people in front of me, so that person finally gets out of there. We come up. She has our DVDs, and the DVD has like like a cover, like sometimes those DVDs have like a paper cover on the outside, and then it's the DVD inside.
Mm-hmm.
Not the DVD, but like the case or whatever. So I didn't think anything about it. I just handed her the DVDs, and she's turning it all different ways. She's like just turning it. Does she understand that there needs to be a barcode that she's putting on that glass in front of her? I don't think she does, because I was like, here, I'll do it. And I took the thing off. I was like, here's the barcode here. She's like, oh, thank you. Do you understand your job? Do you understand what you're doing? Do you think that you just like put anything in front of that glass and it beeps at you and then the person pays for it? That's how that works.
She probably trashed you later.
Good.
That bitch.
I didn't say anything to her. I was very pleasant with her. I didn't take it out on her, even though I was very annoyed with her. And it was mostly afterwards. I was like, why doesn't she understand that that's a barcode? Like, she had the DVD, just flipping it all around. She wasn't looking for a barcode. She was scanning nothing. It's like if you picked up anything on your desk and just started putting it in front of the scanner, like, I hope this works. No, you need a fucking scan barcode. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, and zero understanding of the old technology she's using.
So anyway.
I think that should be the rest of the show. Is you just making noises to vent your frustration.
We're in that line. That's when I start. So the people, when I see her slowly scanning the people in front of me and then like walking around to the front, that's when I texted you. I was like, I fucking hate it here. Can't deal with this place.
Yeah, and then I wish I had been there. I had this idea that I could be the human shield and protect you from all the awfulness. Like the same reason the guy is supposed to walk on the outside of the curb.
Right.
Near the street. If a car comes, I'll take the
gentleman.
hit. I'll take the hit. And you'll live.
Just in case.
Just in case. That car, I'm going to stop that car.
Yeah. It'll definitely not hit you also. I don't understand how you would have saved me from it. It was drowning in misery.
I don't think there's any saving at that point. It's just we go in on it together and shit on the experience together.
And then you leave, and it's still so hot outside.
Yes, this is, and then that, the asphalt parking lot that's huge that just retains heat.
People dropping off people in the front of the store and then going to a parking space and sitting in the car and waiting for their loved one and just like radiating heat out of their fucking cars on the hot black asphalt. You're schlepping your kid over. You have to stand outside of it forever because they're, like, get in the car, and then they get in the car, but then they don't sit right in their seat, and then they're playing with you and you can't reach them and you have to go around. And so you're just sweating.
No trees in the parking lot, right?
Oh, no.
I know trees. Not that parking lots usually have, tree cover, canopies. There's not usually, but you plant a few trees here and there. It does make a difference.
I feel like no, you're right. I bet you this one didn't, but this one is a kind of a weird parking lot. But I am trying to picture Walmart parking, and I think they just have those like concrete I don't know, cylinders, and then the light pole coming out of it.
Yeah, cylinders there just so cars don't knock over the light poles.
Right. But you know what else is in that parking space in front of that cylinder that also makes it hard to park in that parking space? It's a cart. A motherfucking cart. Put your carts away.
Yeah, the whole design of the Walmart, they don't care about the aesthetic. They don't care about the experience.
Where are the carts? They're out in the parking lot.
Well, it's someone's job to go get them, but it's a hot day and you're not paying them well. And again, I keep going back to that. These employees, you pay these employees who are currently there well, they're not changing their ways.
Yeah.
That would require just rehiring the whole place. But
why isn't there someone above the idiots at the checkout? First of all, getting whoever employee out here, like, get on the registers. We got to get these people through the line. Chick-fil-A should be running every single business in this country. Please stop them somehow. If I could wave a magic wand, I would ask them to please stop donating to whatever anti-gay thing that they're into. Take that out of your business. Do that privately with your money, Chick-fil-A owners, Truett Cathy's family, and take over every customer service business in this country so that we can get things done.
Well, it's because they're not skimping on employees. They have enough people working at a Chick-fil-A during rush hour where people are outside in the drive-through line taking your orders.
Learning your name. So that people along the way, like, Autumn? Hi, how are you?
I mean, for the size of a Chick-fil-A restaurant and during rush hour, the ratio of employees to square footage is probably outrageous in the sense that Walmart has got giant. I don't even know the square footage of Walmart. I couldn't even guess what these super centers are at this point.
Yeah.
But they don't have as many employees. And why aren't people coming to the registers? Because they're not there. And the ones that are, so you've got lazy employees and you've got you're not staffed because you're trying to cut costs.
There are people, milling around like that 17-year-old who doesn't know what an aisle is. He could have been at the register, putting whatever in front of a glass, just like this woman was in front of her stupid scanner. And at least it'd be moving people through. I mean, they have 1 billion checkout lines.
How many were open? Third of them?
I didn't know. I couldn't. At that, if I had gone through the store more quickly and hadn't run into every single, death trap along the way, I might have been able to pay attention to that. But I was just like, keep your head down and get out of here.
Yeah, I think you just have to make responsible shopping choices. And by that, I mean, I am all for supporting local businesses when you can. Obviously, especially in today's world, that's not always feasible. Maybe not even realistic that much anymore. But when you do have choices, I think Walmart should be the bottom. It just should be the last effort ditch. I've got nothing else going for me right now, and I need this thing, and I'm going to go to the Walmart.
It's the only, I'm in a podunk town, and it's the only place that we can go for fill in the blank.
But they have no reason to change because everyone is still shopping there. They appeal to a certain demographic and people who do want to save money and people who don't have that much money to start with, and they'll go put up with that. You go in there.
What are they getting from this Walmart that's going to be that much cheaper than going to Aldi or to, I don't know, other grocery stores that are cheap too.
I don't have comparisons of the prices.
Yeah.
But, a lot of the smiling faces are all around Walmart, which means the lowest price you can find. Look
But
at
that's
the
a
smiley
trick.
face. I know it's a trick. I know that it's a trick. But those are
Don't
all
fall
around.
for it, Greg.
I've not been to a Walmart, and I don't know. One, there's no Walmart around here.
Yeah.
So I don't have the option to
You have to go to New Jersey.
to a Walmart. There is a Target down the street.
Yeah, because Target's the best.
Target does do a good job, and the prices are a little bit higher. It's still reasonable prices as far as I'm concerned. And I
Yeah.
will buy their ice cream, even though I know it's not real ice cream. Even if it does say ice cream, it meets whatever the minimum standard is. You look at the
Really?
ingredients list. When you look at the ingredients list, ice cream should be
Don't tell me that $1.50 ice cream.
Ice cream should
Not
be
really ice cream.
cream and sugar. That's pretty
Yeah.
much it. When you're getting into, all these chemicals. But if it says ice cream on the carton, it's meeting
Something sorbonate.
it's meeting the minimum at least
Okay.
to be considered real ice cream. And for $2.50, it's fine. I'll eat some chemicals.
I got the what was it? It was cookies and cream with something else in it. It was like a ribbon of something, cookie something. It was really good.
What brand was that? The Target
It
brand?
was the Target brand.
Pantry,
'Cause
Fresh Pantry what is
Fresh,
their brand?
fresh panty.
Fresh Pantry. Fresh, but hey, they do have fresh panties there too. They're not
Yeah,
restocking.
they do.
They're not restocking used underwear.
God.
Like
You know what they
Walmart
do
is.
when you really do return something like that? They throw it away. It's gone.
No way.
I asked the lady, I was like, well, listen, I didn't wear this. It wasn't underwear. It was something else that touched my body. I was like, I didn't wear it. What do you guys do with it? She's like, well, we throw it away.
I don't believe
Really?
it. There's
know.
no reason to. I mean, maybe she's not lying. I don't know the practices.
Yeah, maybe it goes into a specific place where then it's shipped to Africa or something.
Yeah, like the team that loses the World Series.
Mm-hmm.
1996 Atlanta Braves World Series champions. Oh, no, they lost to the Yankees. Well, all right, send those to Africa, those shirts. And you see kids running around with that T-shirt on. Like, hey, the Braves
Yeah.
didn't win the World Series that year. That's what wasteful. That's just wasteful in its own right. We've got to print them. We don't know who's going to win, so we'll just print both.
You
That
have to
way-
have them right away.
Yeah, so we can immediately start making money.
Yeah.
So we'll waste money up front so we can immediately start making. It's gross, the whole thing.
Oh, one other thing about Walmarts that I want to say too is when the Super Walmart came about, started becoming a thing.
That's the one with the grocery store.
Yeah. And they would just like close down, the Walmart in a shopping center that was keeping the shopping center alive with its dress barn and, a grocery store
It's
and a
Eckerd
liquor
Drugs.
Yeah, Eckerd's. Yeah. They would just close that down, goodbye, and just build fresh a whole new Walmart like a mile away.
Because they needed the more space. They needed a specific building. But outside of that, I mean, that is a big thing that happened. Strip malls.
They die.
They died because Walmart left.
I remember the Kroger in Lawrenceville when the Walmart in that shopping center by the Dollar Theater. Well, it wasn't a Dollar Theater; it was a regular theater. It turned the Kroger was like the Walmart. There was signs all over the Kroger saying the Walmart's leaving, but we are staying. But all the other businesses were getting out of Dodge.
Yeah, and then Walmart, once they started building their standalone buildings, but they became even the super Walmart, whatever the hell they've transformed into at this point, they would just abandon those buildings they built specifically for the giant Walmart that already existed.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they leave those, no business needs that building, so it sits there. And
It turns
rots,
into a Halloween store seasonally.
or a haunted house. I mean, I think it's too big for. Yes, there's always those abandoned storefronts that turn into Halloween stores with just the cheap banner that's draped for the 2 months.
Yeah.
But
And those poor employees. I always think, like, how'd you get this job?
seasonal.
Yeah.
Seasonal work. But then,
hi.
I feel like a lot of those buildings that are abandoned that just serve no practical purpose for any other business, the haunted house, we'll use it. We'll build our
I always
haunted
thought
maze
that-
in here.
It would be fun to buy one of those and just live in it. In a gigantic open.
They're huge.
Huge.
I don't think you like it. There's something to be said about coziness.
Sure.
That's just
No, you would
cold.
section off certain cozy parts of it.
yeah. And then you would, and those are the parts you would hang out, and you wouldn't even go to the rest. So there'd be no point in having it. There'd be zero
It'd be weird,
point.
right?
It would be, yes. Yes. It would be weird.
You'd have your fridge. You'd have to like plug in your fridge way down the other side of it because that's where the plug is over there. You have to roller skate.
So now you're making it fun. Threw roller skates into the equation.
All right. Well, that was your last episode was a love letter to trains, and this was a murder manifesto to Walmart.
That's fine. That's what this show is about.
Yeah.
At least I engaged you.
Thank you. So, I'm sorry.
You left me riding the rails alone
No,
on
I
the trains
didn't.
episode.
I tried it, Greg. I didn't.
It's fine.
I'm sorry. Thank you for listening to One Topic. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for rating and reviewing us. If you haven't done so, please check us out on iTunes. You can search us everywhere by searching One Topic. We're on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. And please rate and review us because we like to see that number go up. And fuck Walmart. Hey, Greg.
Hey, Autumn.
Do you like hot sauce?
You know, I do like hot sauce, but I'm getting pretty bored of my regular Texas Pete or Tabasco. I'm looking for a local sauce without any additives or extracts. A company that uses local peppers so it's as fresh as possible, and a company that really cares about the integrity of the sauce and where their ingredients come from.
Definitely.
And hey, while we're at it, I don't want a sauce with too many ingredients. You know, a lot of other sauces out there, they have all kinds of fillers. So I'd love to find a sauce with, I don't know, what, let's say no more than 5 ingredients. Maybe even, and I mean, it's crazy, but there's gotta be a company out there that hand processes their sauce. You know, bottling and labeling every bottle themselves. I'm probably asking a lot.
Well, you really are, but there is a hot sauce out there who only uses 5 ingredients,
What?
0 fillers,
Huh?
additives, or extracts, and who bottles, labels, and packages everything themselves. It's called Hop Sauce.
What?
They're a small batch hot sauce company out of Chattanooga, Tennessee that's won Best Louisiana-style sauce in the country. How many times? Not once, not twice, 3 times.
3 times!
How does that sound, Greg?
I think that sounds amazing.
You know how you can get your own bottle of hot sauce?
No, tell me please now.
Hoffandpepper.com. And not only am I giving you the gift of the best hot sauce that you'll ever taste, I'm going to give you 15% off if you use the code ONETOPIC15.
Hold on, that's
Yes, get a pen and paper.
1 topic 15.
Good. That's ONETOPIC 15, all squished together at checkout. You'll get 15% off your order and your life will be better.
Thank you.
You're welcome.